Are you interested in learning about all the different areas in Sacramento? I'm going to talk about all the areas and what it's like to live there so you can get an idea if that's going to work for you. I'm Leah Albanese, I'm your Sacramento Realtor, and I'm going to go through all the areas and kind of explain what it's like to live there. I also included a PDF that shows the median price, the area, whether it's rural, urban, that sort of thing, and who lives there, whether it's young professionals, families, or retirees. But I'm also going to explain to you in this video kind of what it's like, what it feels like to walk around and that sort of thing. So hopefully that'll help you figure out which area is your perfect area. The areas I'm going to talk about are just the city of Sacramento. So the first one I'm going to start with is downtown. So downtown is definitely city living. You got the big buildings, you got the Capitol buildings, you got the one-way streets, all that sort of thing. You got the clubs, the restaurants, all that nightlife, all that fun sort of thing. So downtown's very walkable. It's hard to park, I will tell you that. You'll definitely have to learn how to parallel park if you're going to live or go to downtown a lot. But it's a very fun place, very lively. Midtown is right next to downtown. So Midtown is a little bit more residential. It has the really cute shops, really unique small business shops like the secondhand shops and the art stores and things like that. Midtown has the second Saturday of the month where they have all their art is out and people walk the streets. It's a lot of fun. They have really beautiful Victorian houses there. The only negative about a Victorian house is they're usually like over 100 years old, so that comes with its own repairs and things like that. But they're really unique and interesting. So there are a couple little areas in Midtown that is new construction, but mostly older homes and some, real old homes being those Victorians. Midtown has tree-lined streets. It's beautiful, but you're going to have to learn how to park on that street if you live in Midtown. I lived in Midtown. I had a Prius, and that was great. I could easily parallel park because that was my only parking. So if you're going to live there, you're not going to want a big truck or anything like that. I mean, you could, but it's just going to be difficult. So you're going to have to be very good at parking or learn how to be really good at parking at Midtown. But it is beautiful. You can walk around. Also, a lot of people bike in Midtown. That's a real popular thing. You'll see a lot of bikes. You got to be careful when you're driving around. There's a lot of people on their bikes. The only real thing to keep in mind with living in downtown or Midtown is it's a city and there's a lot going on all the time. So it can be a little loud all times of the night and day. So, if you're young and you're out and you're into that, it's a lot of fun. But the loud thing doesn't work for everybody. So that's definitely something to think about if you're going to live in downtown or Midtown. So East Sacramento is a little bit out of the way from Midtown and downtown. It's more residential for sure. These are really nice homes. They're also older homes, but they're really restored and remodeled. They're really beautiful also. They're known for the fabulous 40s. So on 40th Street, those houses are well known. But really that whole area has really nice homes that are just really well done. And they're kept with the theme of what they were like originally. So it's really kind of a neat place, takes you back a little bit. But it's sort of a unique area to live. You're right next to the city, but yet it's a nice residential area as well. So Land Park is right next to William Land Park. It's this big, beautiful park with, grass everywhere, duck ponds, walking trails, really nice. But the cool thing about Land Park is that it's this little suburban area, tree-lined streets, gorgeous little area. And it's right next to downtown. I mean, you go out of Land Park and boom, you're right in downtown. So it's really convenient because you have everything with downtown, but yet you're kind of away from the city a little bit in its own little area, its own little suburb of Land Park. Curtis Park is right next to Land Park and it's very similar. So Curtis Park is a little bit more of the restaurants and coffee shops, but it also has that residential feel and it's right next to downtown as well. So West Sac is more, starting to get more toward your traditional suburbs when we're looking at West Sac. So you definitely have a lot of industrial areas in West Sac, but within those areas, there's some really nice suburbs, but it's more of what you would think of as a suburb. But it doesn't have that city feel. It has more of a suburban feel in West Sac. North Sacramento and Del Paso Heights. So those are an area where there's a lot of rentals. So if you're an investor and you're looking to find some good rental properties, those are great areas because you're going to have a lot of people who rent in that area. The Arden Arcade area. So this is where our big mall is. It's a very nice mall. It's the Arden Fair Mall. It's 2 stories. It's beautiful. It has everything in there that you could want in a mall. Very nice, but it also starts to have the big box stores. So once you start getting in the Arden area and start going a little bit out from Sacramento, now you're going to have your Lowe's, your Targets, your Walmarts, things like that. So you're going to start having those bigger stores in the Arden Arcade area. The other thing that's really nice about the Arden area is you're right next to Highway 80, so it's very convenient if Highway 80 is what you're going to be using a lot. So then you have the American River Parkway. So this is next to the American River Community College. It's a very similar feel of the Arden Arcade area. A lot of residential suburban areas mixed in with those bigger stores. The only thing with the American River Parkway area, it's a little bit away from the freeway, so it's not quite as close to the freeway as Arden, but it's only 5 or 10 minutes from a freeway. Rosemont area is definitely more of your traditional suburban area. It's way more residential in this area. There's not a lot of big stores, but the big stores are maybe 5 or 10 minutes away. But it's a lot more residential. A very convenient thing about Rosemont is it's right next to Highway 50. So that can be really convenient for a lot of people. And it's right next to the light rail as well. So you can hop on the light rail and go to downtown. It's all right there in Rosemont. So Tahoe Park and Oak Park are residential areas. There's not really the big stores there. It's more strip malls, things like that. It's more high rentals in that area. That area is also considered South Sac. So really anything south of Land Park and Curtis Park is considered South Sacramento, all the way down to Elk Grove. And that whole area right in there is considered South Sacramento. A nice thing about Meadowview is that's where the light rail ends. So you can hop on the light rail, go to downtown, and then the light rail goes into Folsom as well. So you have a lot of options with the light rail in Meadowview, so that can make it very convenient. But this is just a high residential area. So the Pocket and Green Haven area is along Highway 5. I was talking about South Sacramento earlier, and that's mostly the areas that are based around Highway 99. So when you go to Highway 5, now you're in the Pocket and Green Haven area. So this area is really separate from everything. It's its own little area, and it's a lot of really big, beautiful trees and residential, suburban, typical suburban area that you would think of. It's a very nice area. Anything south of the Pocket or Green Haven area is mostly very rural and farmland. So now that I've told you a little bit about each area, hopefully that gives you a little information and lets you know maybe what's going to work for you. Don't forget to download and print that PDF and see if that might help you as well. And if you're looking for more videos that are all about what Sacramento is like, I've linked those below. And I'll see you on the next one.